Good morning, Satnam. Happy Friday. Happy New Year's Eve. Here we are, day 10. Amazing. We are a quarter of the way through. So I hope you're enjoying the ride. I know I am. Today I wanted to focus on the goals or words that will help you stay focused in 2022. And there's a cultural phenomena that we do called New Year's resolution, and it's amazing how it shifted for me over the years. So it is not something that I remember doing in Russia because I was probably young and not so concerned about resolutions, but just happy-go-lucky kind of life. When I came to the United States, that's when it kind of started, not necessarily in high school years, but in college. And then when I came to my spiritual path, the resolutions were replaced by intentions. And I was like, oh, that's so much better. And working in the fitness industry and witnessing all these resolutions for health and wellness and kind of like taper off by March was very disheartening. So I like the intentions because intentions are so broad, and not all intentions require a daily commitment. But anyway, now, during this last winter solstice, a friend of mine mentioned that she doesn't do intentions, she doesn't do resolution, but she does a power word, and she does a word or a couple of words, and that kind of gives her a focus. And since that conversation, into my awareness, a lot of different other things came in that were along the same ritual. Feeling the energetics of the upcoming year. So what is the energy like? And there are a couple of people that I follow that bring inspiration into my life. And one of them is based in astrology. And so they're looking at the planetary positions and major conjunctions and opposition and what kind of energies we could expect in the world. And the other person is the intuitive channeler that also kind of reads the energy of the collective of the planet. And so I did the similar exercise. I sat and meditated on what stands out for me as I look at 2022. What do I envision? And I came up for a few words for myself, and it's a really good practice because you could create a vision board, you could put your dreams on the board, but I feel like if I have these 3 words, and I know what they encompass and what they cover is kind of like a broad umbrella, then I could apply those in many facets of my life, in many aspects of my life, on a daily basis. So I'll give you an example. The word empower. So I am a huge believer that we must claim our own power. And so how would I practice empowerment on a daily basis? I could work with my teenage children and empower them to make decisions as they graduate from high school. They're making decisions about the future, and I could not necessarily dictate what I want them to do, but empower them to explore and to make choices that are resonating with them, with their heart. When I support and talk to my friends, sometimes I feel like my days are like a little bit of a crisis call center. And in those situations, I also like to empower my friends to make decisions, to explore their wounds and their traumas and their pain, and to bring out new aha moments for them, rather than just telling them you would do this. It's not, when we follow direction, we're not really empowering anyone. It's when you could ask questions that makes a person think and see the certain patterns, and then they kind of evolve on their own with a gentle guidance support. So that is empower. Empowerment always comes back to myself. How do I empower myself? Whatever I'm interested in, I take on to study first personally to make sure it resonates with me. So like Reiki, I started studying Reiki a couple years ago. I practiced it, I followed it. Respect to all the healers out there, all modalities, not my thing. Now I'm just trying shamanism. Certain things connect, certain things require a little bit more time, but I'm doing it. Before I sign up for some university, for some college courses, or, like online programs, let me try this myself. Let me see what it's like. So that is the way I empower myself, because I have the capacity to learn something that I'm interested in on my own. So that I wanted to invite you to do that exercise on your own. I know that 2022 will be a year of turbulence and turmoil on one side, and massive creative power on the other side. So we could decide where we want to be for focusing on the master creations is where the spectrum I'd rather be, and not necessarily disconnecting from everything else that's going on in the world, but kind of navigating. This is where I talked about yesterday, balance and control. How can I balance, know what's going on in the world, and support innovative solutions just with my own small scale actions here? It doesn't mean I'm going to impact the world, but what can I do to impact my own immediate nucleus, my family, extended family, my friends, social group that I belong to. So it's just like those things. Okay, here we go. We're going to tune in. I found our second meditation that we're doing, which was called Meditation for Self-Blessing, Guidance by the Intuition. And in the other manual, same meditation is called 8-Stroke Breath to Enhance the Psyche. So it's awesome. So now I don't have to use 2 books. I could just use 1 book. Bringing the hands in front of the heart center. Beginning to take a deep breath in through the nose as we lengthen the spine. Exhale. Inhale, stretching up, expanding through the rib cage, inflating the belly. As you exhale, pushing the head slightly back, opening up the cervical spine, releasing the shoulder blades down the back. Let's inhale deeply to tune in. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Om Namo Gurudeva So starting off our first meditation, interlacing the fingers with the index finger pointing up, thumbs are crossed, holding the mudra right under the tip of the nose with the index fingers extending. Eyelids are drawn down, gazing at the tip of the index fingers. Segmented breath, inhaling for 4 counts through the O-shaped mouth. Exhaling 1 count through the nose powerfully. So some of the notes that I wanted to share with you is keep the mantra going as you're inhaling, because that really keeps the mind focused and not chatty. So it's always a good idea to use whatever mantras we have available to us that help us count. Sa, ta, na, ma. That's 1. 2, pay attention to the belly, part of your body. As you're inhaling, really try to relax the abdominal muscles, so you're pulling the breath all the way down into the belly, and then pull the belly button in to really push the breath out. So we want to make sure that in 4 segments that we're inhaling as much as we can. I get distracted by the sun that's coming out from a hazy day into this, so I keep looking to the window. So I want you to pay attention. So mantra 1, abdominal muscles relaxed and activated on the exhale. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a deep inhale. Exhale, push the chin slightly back and down. Shoulders are resting down the back, and begin. Inhale deeply, stretch your arms out to the side, palms facing up. Suspend the breath. Exhale. Pulling up vertically, horizontally, creating a perfect T. Inhale. Exhale, spread the fingers wide, stretch them out, make them tight like steel. Last one. Exhale. Staying in this meditative space for a moment. And when you're ready, take a deep inhale and exhale. And gently open your eyes. Okay, part 1. So about the second meditation that we're doing with the hands up like this for self-blessing. In the other manual, it says, do it as accurately as you can so that you can understand the experience. You're working on your psyche, trying to enhance it. This exercise strengthens the nervous system. Recharge yourself. So, I mentioned before that our hands hold a lot of pranic energy, a lot of healing energy. So this is why I agree that this is extremely healing as in self-blessing. And again, anytime we do any meditation focused on the breath, we're working on our nervous system. So we're calming ourselves down, or whatever state you're in, it's shifting it. So a reminder, it's a segmented breath, 8 strokes through the nose. And then exhaling for 8 strokes as well. Again, use your navel to help you move the prana in and out. And then suspending the breath for 16 counts. You want to make sure that you're keeping the rhythm the same. So we're not speeding up the 16 counts because it's difficult. If you're finding yourself that on the inhale, because it still has to be a small sip after suspension, if it's too big or too difficult, just take a reset breath. Take a deep inhale, full exhale, kind of reset yourself, and then it will become a little bit easier again. So don't restrict yourself and don't limit yourself. This is a practice. So we're trying to do it as best as we can. And sometimes, even for me, if I feel like my next inhale is too much, I would reset. So, and then at the end, we're stretching up and we're leaning back. And then so in this particular manual, it says that we're putting the palms up to the ceiling when we lean back. So not just stretching the hands, but really flex. And I know that there's 3 meridian points for the heart. So it's, to me, when I flex my wrist like that, it almost feels like I'm opening up the pranic channels and meridians for the heart. Okay, here we go. We're still at 7 minutes for this one as well. So bringing the hands up, thumbs are down, 4 fingers are together. There is space of 12 inches between the hands. Elbows are slightly bent. Take a deep inhale. Exhale and release the shoulder blades down and begin inhaling through the nose, 8 strokes, chanting mentally sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. Exhaling through the nose, 8 strokes, same mantra, sa ta na ma, sa ta na ma. And then keeping the breath out, chanting the mantra mentally for couple of rounds. Take a deep inhale. Stretch the arms, palms facing up, lean back, gently tilt your head back, holding that breath, pulling the root log. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, be gentle with your neck. Inhale deeply, stretch and lengthen the spine. And exhale. Bring the hands onto your lap. And just notice the flow of energy in your body around the arms and shoulders at the fingertips, wherever it may be for you. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And gently open your eyes. All right, this completes our practice for today, last practice of 2021, and I'll be seeing you next year, tomorrow. So I will be reducing my talk time to expand the meditation, because I really do want us to get to a longer space. As I read the different manual for this second meditation that we're doing, the instructions are a little bit more specific, so I will be sharing those with you tomorrow. I wish you a safe and healthy celebration ringing in the new year. I hope you make the time to think about the words that will help you stay focused through 2021, 22. 21 is over. 2022. Until then, let's seal our practice with breath of gratitude. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale for Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. I'll be curious if some of you would be willing to share what your words for the 2022 year are. I'll post mine when I determine for sure 100%. I just have a bunch of them written down, but I need to meditate on each one of them to see what I want to really solidify. So enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow.